Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm sharing a spring vignette that is part of a challenge hosted by Denise Jordan over at This and That with Denise Jordan. This is to be put on a tray, and this is the tray that I'm using, something that I purchased at the Goodwill for $1. And I'm just showing here that there's some cracks in it, and I'm filling those in with this wood filler that I happen to have laying around. There were about 3 pretty big cracks in this tray, and then there were a few smaller places where I'm just going to fill in and just have everything look nice and smooth. So with this challenge, I have linked Denise's channel below in the description box, as well as the playlist, because there are other people participating and they've created spring vignettes. I hope you can have a chance to look at that playlist and see what other people put together. And once that was all done, I decided I wanted to make the tray a little bit darker because this wood finish is just a little too light for the kitchen where I'm going to be putting this. This is the spring kitchen vignette, so I'm going to use this classic gray by Minwax and just go over it. I'm not even sure how it's going to look, but I know I wanted to darken it a tiny bit, so I'm just wiping the whole tray down with the stain. And once I was done with this process, I let it sit for about a minute and then I wiped it down, and this is how it looked. And I'm giving it a final wipe down with this furniture polish. And this is how it looked with all the gray filled into the spaces, and I liked how it turned out. So now I'm taking these porcelain pieces that I actually purchased recently at the Goodwill for $3. I have these 2 pieces here, and then I have a third piece. So what I'm doing is making these have words on them in the Rae Dunn style. So this is my Rae Dunn dupe, and I'm giving myself some guidelines with this painter's tape. And I saw this little milk jug looking thing and I thought it was cute, so I'm just gonna write the word love on this. I wrote sweet on the smaller jar because it's more like for like sugar or jelly or something like that, something sweet. And I recorded myself, or I thought I was recording myself write the word sweet, but my camera just cut off, so that whole thing was lost. But I'm glad I got to show how I wrote the word love on here. And this is the outcome of that. So I did go over it again in some of the places where I needed to sharpen the edges, and then on the word love I had to go over that and fix up some areas that I didn't like. So I just used this alcohol with a Q-tip and a little paper towel and cleaned up the places where I thought needed to be adjusted. The Sharpie marker comes off completely with just a little bit of alcohol or even soap and water. So in the future, if I don't want this to be on here, I can easily take it off. And this is how everything looked once all the letters were drawn on. And now I'm just assembling the tray, and I'm using this piece of burlap that I had left over from a previous project. So I have these flowers that I already had, and I got that little piece of greenery from a bushel that I had from the Dollar Tree. And then I had this little piece of greenery that I cut off of a wreath that I'm using for my spring decor. And then I cut off several other little pieces. I'm going to scatter those around. And then I'm putting the sweet jar back together on the tray. And this is that third piece I mentioned that I also had from the Goodwill. And I'm just putting a flower in there. So most of the things that you see here I did already have, including this bird that I had gotten from Burlington. And then I'm just adding in the rest of the little greenery pieces. And everything is complete. So this is where I'll be placing this, or I'm keeping this in my kitchen on this little table here. And this is the tray and how everything looks a little up close. I love these colors. Teal is my favorite color, and I just really like this pop of pink. And it's great for the summer too, but this is a spring vignette. And that is it. So I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.